Hi everyone, this is Coach Alex with Regina Mini Rugby, specifically for the micro group. So the purpose of this video is to have a little bit of a tutorial for those coaches that are volunteering this season and would like to know more about what to expect from the program. So please enjoy. Thank you.
All right, so first of all, thank you. Thank you very much for volunteering with the Regina Mini Rugby program. The success of the program is entirely because of the great effort and job from volunteers and helper. So we are extremely excited to have you as part of our team, and we are very excited also for this new season. The micro group is our youngest group of athletes, ages between 2 to 5. So you're gonna have a lot of fun having the kids outside and running around. But I would like to address some of the tips that might help you coaching the kids. Although we definitely want the kids to learn new skills and to improve their coordination and gain some speed and strength, we want them to have fun. That's our ultimate goal in the Regina Mini Rugby program. So laughter is a key component in our program. Peer review articles have shown that laughter activates many areas in the brain. It prompts the kid to be more receptive and learn faster. It reduces the levels of stress hormone. So make it as fun as possible. It's never too old to be goofy or to do goofy stuff. Well, while having a lot of fun, we also want to teach them new drills, and we would like to take the best approach to teach kids these new drills. So there is a discrepancy between how adults and children approach learning. And for example, I'm showing you these pictures, and immediately you will do the following classification. You classify the high heels and the running shoes as belong to the same group or the same kind. The same with these electronic devices as an iPod and a telephone. And this is called a taxonomic classification. And adults, we are expert doing this taxonomic classification because we need to navigate the world, and the best way of navigating the world is basically by classifying items based on their sort of generic or general characteristics. But kids, they are seeing something for the very first time. For example, when they see for the first time an MP3 player, they have no idea what this is, but they usually see the MP3 player, the daddy or mommy grabs the MP3 player every time is wearing the running shoes because he's going out for a jog. So this has a storyline. This is a frame in a context, and then they learn that okay, this device is used for doing some kind of exercise. And this is called thematic classification. The same with the high heels. Every time mommy is wearing high heels, is going to the office. And in the office, I see in this type of like telephones. So we also want to teach them like the new fundamentals of rugby based on or frame in a context where there is a storyline, where there is something that they have to or they will be remembering. So this is my last slide regarding cognitive psychology, and it has to do with the fact that sometimes we make the mistake of celebrating only the success or the achievements. And the reality is that we should also celebrate the hard work, the effort, and the persistence from the kids. Try to avoid this saying of, oh, you are a natural, because that might give the impression that it's not about hard work or about effort. It's just about being a natural, which is not true. And the same goes with coaches. Sometimes we have a better coaching session. Sometimes it's not that great, but it's keep trying. Is working hard. Is putting our best. So that's our main goal. Alright, so some details about the program. Well, first of all, safety. The micro program is a non-contact program. That means that the kids are not going to be learning any of the traditional formations in rugby, like the rock, maul, or scrum, or tackling. But that doesn't mean that it's contact-free. What I'm saying is that as soon as you have a bunch of kids running around, there is some likelihood, although small, but it's not negligible, that they might be running against each other, bumping their heads, and having some sort of concussion. So be aware of this type of incidents, and I'll be discussing a little bit more about this in particular. Also, Saskatchewan is the land of the living skies. You might know that by now. So we might be expecting some thunderstorms during our sessions. And if anyone, any parent or you or any of the kids see some lightning, that's a good call for us to go and seek shelter. Also, kids, they don't have the same, they don't pay attention as adults do with the physiological kind of response, in the sense that they might be cold, or they might be hungry, or they might be tired, or they might be thirsty, but if they're having a lot of fun, if they're engaged in an activity, they don't pay attention to these calls from nature. So call for a lot of water breaks. That's very important, especially when it's very hot outside. Also, Canada, the main cause of cancer, the main type of cancer in Canada is skin cancer. So please bring your sunscreen and have all the children and share them if one of the parents forgot about it. And we might be expecting also some mosquitoes. So some sort of repellent, mosquito repellent is a great idea. What is a typical training session? Well, we meet on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Although for the micro group, 1 hour long session is a lot. So usually is between 45 to 50 minutes. So each training session comprises of different sections. The first, we start with a adventure warm-up. I'll be describing more about it, but this is a way to have the kids start moving their body, with mimicking some animals in a fun way. Then we go and introduce a fundamental of rugby. We're going to be introducing 8 fundamentals of rugby, 1 per week, and this is in a role play mode where they are also kind of on an adventure, and they have a mission, so they have to do it. Then we move to an obstacle course. This is straightforward. Basically, we put some hula hoops or some tackling bags, and they have to jump, or they have to move around. And we go to a cool down where they basically stretching and bringing the heart rate down. And finally, the best part is some treats. So the kids will be for all the effort, they will gonna have some sweets to celebrate. Coaching tips for micros. Well, first of all, and you might know this if you're a parent, the attention span of a child is limited. I'm speculating to be H-1 in minutes. By that I mean that if you're talking to a 3-year-old, you have only 2 minutes to explain something to them. Otherwise, they will start getting distracted. There will a lot of airplanes going, and they will get distracted. So you will lose them very quickly. So try to explain the drills with not so many details. Try to go to the point. And very limited amount of details, let's say. Avoid the parental posture. So if you see in the picture on the right, I'm on my knees talking to them. That helps me to have a kind of better eye contact and have them to relate more with the coach, because it's at the same level. It's not another adult standing up with the hands on the hip or the hands across the chest. Also, another technique that I use to have them looking at me or paying attention to the coach is that I give them some magic presents. For example, the magic goggles are one of the favorite. The magic goggles is that they have to wear, like pretending that they're wearing glasses, and the purpose or the properties of these magic goggles is that they can only, when they're wearing the magic goggles, they must look at the coach. They can only look at the coach. The same with the magic cell phone. I'm gonna pull up my cell phone and make a phone call, so they have to answer the phone call and pay attention to what I'm going to say. So that way I guarantee, or at least I enhance the chance that they will be paying attention to what I'm going to say. Also, building expectations. So everything I'm trying to ask them, like, who wants to discover dinosaur eggs? Who wants to be an astronaut? So they immediately are very, very interested in what I'm going to say. Also, sometimes, not always, but sometimes you can do a drill and pretend that you made a mistake, and you point that out, and you recover, and you continue. So that's a good key to know that it's okay if they drop the ball or if they fall. There's nothing wrong about it. And if everything fails, and it will at some point, sometimes, call for water breaks and then regroup later. So have the kids to take a break, go to their parents, have some water, and then call them back and resume the training session. Some examples that we have for these adventure warm-ups is like fun in the jungle, fun in the ocean, fun outer space, or method of transportation, to give you some examples. So for example, fun in the ocean, there are swimming in the water, they're seeing some animals, they're mimicking their motion, they're moving their arms. One of the things that we do is that we have bubbles, so they have to chase the bubbles and to pop it. So they're actually running around and getting their heartbeat up by chasing the bubbles. They don't know that actually they're doing warm up. For example, fun out of space, they have to jump high and be launched like a rocket, or they have to do these lunges and do sort of a space walk like an astronaut. So these are some of the examples for this type of warm-ups. As I mentioned before, the micro program is a non-contact program, but I believe it is extremely important for all of us to know a little bit of concussion management. In case two kids are running and they bump their head, you should inform the parents immediately about the incident. The kid should take a break, and the parents should do a little bit of basic follow-up. Follow this link also, passport.worldrugby.org, and go to the link about concussion management. I think it's extremely important for all of us to know how to assess or how to address an incident like that one. You're going to be getting a document with all the details about the program, not only a digital version via email, but also a physical copy attached to your binder of the, you will get in a coaching kit basically. And this document will have all the more details than this video about each week, the fundamental of rugby that we're going to be introducing, and the type of drills that we're proposing. By all means, this is a living document and we want to improve it. So any feedback, any corrections or suggestions are more than welcome. And once again, make it fun as much as possible. Have the kids having a blast. You go out there, have fun as well. And I hope to see you on May 2nd. Thanks.